D-Day facility is today 10 years old. This is their 10th anniversary. I'm very proud to be able to say it. D-Day is very, very close to my heart. My grandfather was on the beaches at Omaha during World War II. He was a part of the 238th Combat Engineer Group. And he made it through the D-Day invasion and made it through all of Europe and even the Battle of the Bulge. So this is very, very close to my heart. So when we decided we was going to do a paintball game after he had died, the best way I could do it was through a paintball game. That turned out nice. I like that. The first game was 135 players. The next year was, in 1998, was 335. This year we're looking at over 4,000 paintball players. There will be, and which that constitutes close to 15 or 16,000 people camping on site, because they'll bring in their mothers and their friends, and there's a lot of people. You guys doing all right? You guys look cool. We tried to keep it, you know, historical as much as possible within reason. And another thing is probably the eye candy. We spent a lot of money on props to put you into that concept. As you've seen, there's a lot of guys that got their uniforms really close to being the real thing. And I know Germany kind of frowns on a lot of stuff like that, but here we don't let them wear the Nazi stuff. Yeah. We don't want no part of that. But we do want to show that this actually happened, you know, and there was warriors on both sides. And it's just a game, and to have fun, and to remember for those who are veterans, you know. This facility is 710 acres. We actually use a total of 500 acres to run the game. We run 6 to 7 Army trucks. We'll run 4 school buses and 3 other support vehicles. We can move 410 players at a time. So when Saturday morning operates, we're really busy with trying to get, you know, everything into play. We got to move customers everywhere like that. This game's kind of like a history lesson for these kids. So my goal is to name each little part of it. Like this one here is called Colville. We've got Con. We've got St. Mary Gleese. And it's real important for us to make a history lesson now, in hopes that the kids will do a little research and I don't know, kind of bring back a history lesson that people don't need to forget. This plane here was a transport plane, and the military was going to junk it out, and I knew a guy that knew a guy, and all of a sudden I found it, and I said, hey, I'd like to buy that plane. So I bought it for the poundage of the plane, and it was still very expensive. It was $4,000 US money when it was all said and done. Even though it's junk, it's still expensive. So we try to make this area look as real as possible with big fuel tanks and try to get some airplanes down. And this is a big mission for the guys to take the airport over. Over to our right is the very top of the Atlantic Wall. So this is 400 yards of trenched in network. It's all interlocking. It took 3 months to dig it. No, it actually took 30 days to dig it. The concrete, you see, took 3 months to get it into place. There's 75 to 80 truckloads, semi-truckloads of these cement fixtures. And we like to use them because the Germans use a lot of, you know, concrete and in their emplacement, so we try to get as real as we could with that concept. Our next goal is to build stuff out of styrofoam and then shoot it with concrete to be like a movie set. So what's going to happen tomorrow is that you're going to have 350 to 400 Germans on top of this. You're going to have 400 First Division Americans coming across. So this is definitely the most intense battle probably ever invented in paintball. And I'll show you the
Hi, my name is Ryan Gray from Key Action Sports. Today we're going to talk about the BT4 line, and specifically the BT4 Assault. Starting with the basics of the BT4 are the fact that it has a hard coat anodize. The marker comes stock with dual Picatinny rails. It has a moving feed neck. The feed neck slides back and forth for two reasons: for safety purposes and also for easy cleaning. The marker also comes with a movable foregrip, which can be slid backwards or forwards to fit the player. One of the other very basic features about the marker that separates it from its competition are the fact that you can remove 2 screws from the grip frame, here, and the grip frame comes completely down. You can then remove 4 screws, the 2 in the front and the 2 in the back, to completely separate the marker to get to anything you want internally. Something specific, or a few features specifically about the BT4 Assault are the fact that it comes with an M16 barrel, comes with an adjustable sight rail. This gun retails for $250, which competitors or other markers just like it retail for almost twice as much.
This is one of the main gun emplacements. When you got the two teams playing, you've got to be able to have a team holding for points, and you got to have another team to be able to take those points from them. So if the Allies don't take this position, then the Germans get the points. So by 12 o'clock, this facility here that you're standing upon, if the Allies doesn't take it over, the Germans gets the points. But once they get done with this objective, they'll move to another one. Okay. So that way they're just not, you tuck the heel and the day's over. That's not the way it works. Also, another thing that makes it neat how we run the event is that you'll see a dead zone. Once you get shot out, you go to that dead zone and you go back in the game every half hour. So you're not just shot out and you can't play no more, or you reinsert, 25 people come in. It may not ever have 25 people. They may be in another dead zone. So every half hour, you go back in. Okay. Makes it nice. Over here, you'll see the structure. This is a very massive dug-in defense system. It's got 300 yards of interlocking trenches, and they're real trenches. They're deep, and they're fun. The kids enjoy it. Adults enjoy it. It is very tough because it's a maze. You just don't know. You might get, a guy in behind you in just a second. So the beach is down below. When we end up in the end of our tour, okay, we'll be down there, and you can see the little boat. Oh. And then this is how it all started. When we started, of course, none of this was done up. We just had some pallets, and you only had 135 guys. It was not that big a deal, but we still had the boat concept of coming back and forwards. And that's what made us famous. paintball is basically playing in the woods or just playing amongst friends. I feel that scenario paintball is a family activity. That's what I really like about it. You're not in competition for the bad attitudes and always wanting to win. This is just for fun, and I'd like to see the sport, grow more towards that. Just make it fun for everyone. Scenario paintball has grown in the last few years just due to the fact of family activities, and people want to play, Army. I mean, when you was growing up, you probably want to play Army too, and you had your little stick gun or whatever, crawling around and going to be the hero. Paintball's no different. Sometimes the older guys, they still want to relive the childhood, and paintball gives them the opportunity to do it. But most of the guys now has got kids, and it's an activity that they can do it together, to play Army and have common ground, and they come home and tell the stories, and it's awesome. It's an awesome sport.
D-Day, if you're not here this year, see you in 08.
I'm half German, so I wanted to play on the German side.
Okay, so it's in I'm in the 82nd Airborne.
No ball yet! Look on, man. Germans, let's do this.
Oh, this is a hell of a lot better than